Think there we go. There we go. There we go. We're back. Hello, Joe. Whoa. No. So yeah, we're back. It's been about a month. It's been about a good month since we were doing a live chat.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my lounge. I can't be bothered to go and sit in my room. It's too fucking messy. Weird thing on my new laptop is really weird. The camera is like below the screen and it kind of faces up, so you're probably going to get like a load of shots like seen right up my nose. Like
it looks like it looked like Dirty Den's video when he was outed.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been a month anyway. So a lot has happened. I mean, been to a lot of places, seen a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of drama as always in the hobby. So where do you want to be? How have you been, Gio? You got some good news.
Yeah, I've been great, man. Apologies that we've been away for so long. Sadly, it's my fault. I have to take responsibility.
Did you say sadly?
Well, it's my fault because it's not your fault. I like to blame you when it's you. I like to highlight the fact that it's your problem and your mistakes. But I had my first child, so my son was born. He was 3 weeks old yesterday, so that explains why really it's been about a month. I've been trying to sort of like get a grip on, his routine, when he sleeps and when he's resting and when I'm most needed. So usually we do the chats in the evening, sort of like around about, I don't know, what is it, 8, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock sometimes. But, for some reason, my boy's a vampire and he's up all night. So he wakes up around about sort of 9, 10 o'clock and he's up till about, 5, 6 in the morning. So, intermittently. So doing the chats and doing a time, it's been difficult, but baby's great. I just want to say thank you to a lot of my good friends out there, my YouTube and Facebook Raddtitan family. For lots of people sent me bits and pieces. People like Kevin and Delana, Rob Newberry. There's just so many people. Mike Wells. Jonathan Medley gave me a fucking pink rabbit that vibrates. I was just a bit like, cheers, man. The worst thing is, my boy likes it. That's what's worse. I think it's for a girl.
Yeah, didn't Gary get you a Tottenham Hotspur outfit?
Yeah, Gary Speed, fucking bitch, gave me a Tottenham Hotspur kit. But the worst thing is, it's quite a nice little thing. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to put him in it and take a photo and just for Gary, so that he has it, he can put that in his wallet.
Reali got you something?
Yeah, Reali sent me a teddy, a little teddy thing. It's in his cot. Yeah. So I mean, there's so many people to mention, man. It's crazy that the hobby, the great people that are in it, the people full of friends that some of them you've never met, some of them you've spoke to briefly on Messenger a few times, or but really it's very flattering. The wife was over the moon, really chuffed as well. She's very surprised. But I tell her, this is why this hobby's the greatest hobby in the world. It's full of, forget all the people that, chat shit and sticking knives in your back when you're not looking. But, that there are people out there that stand by you. And when these things happen, you have a momentous moment in your life. They're there, man. And my mate F State sent me some bits as well. It's just really, really overwhelming. So thank you very much. I just want to say thank you before we sort of get into anything else. But yeah, that's been my week. I did manage to creep out. I got a day pass, a day release to go to the London Con, the MCM, which was great to see a few people and look at a few things, see how my pre-orders are looking in person. So really, really happy about that. Got to have a little bit of time with Alex. Ate some really shit chicken. Thank you, Gary. But yeah, so good times.
Yeah, I mean, the London Con was great. It's the first time that we've actually had this kind of thing in London, where we actually got the statues. We did have last year we did have MCM where Xavi displayed 4 Sideshow statues. So they had the Venom, the Carnage, the Lady Sif, or the Jane Foster. I can never remember which is which. And Jane Foster it was. And then they had the
Thanos
on the throne before it was released. So that was a pretty huge thing. And then the following time, they do one in, I think, May as well. In May, we had like origami,
Yeah,
but
Anime,
anime gami,
anime
and
gami.
they are in partnership with First for Figures. So they had First for Figures a couple of Prime on in May, and then also this time they had First for Figures there as well. So it was great to see the statues there.
Yeah, long
It
may
was
long may it continue, because when we were walking around. When I was walking around on Saturday, no matter where I was wandering, all I could hear in my peripherals were people talking about, "Have you seen them fucking statues? Have you seen them statues? Wow!" You know what I mean? So I don't think London has seen anything like it,
no,
from
no.
XM coming. So
And
really,
it was actually XM didn't do the display. It was actually G Hero, so it was the European distributor who
yeah,
actually did.
that's Giorgio's
George
company.
Josepine, yeah. So he was actually the one who did the exhibiting there.
Yeah, but really amazing. Yeah, beautiful.
So yeah, I hope that they could continue to do that.
Yeah,
I hope they'll be back next year. I'm not really sure about. I mean, I know it's very expensive to have a booth in a con anyway, and I think that the XM size con is around 12 grand per
mm.
weekend. So obviously, to make that money back, you're going to have to make a lot of sales.
I spoke to Georgia though. He said that it was doing quite well. So that's positive. Whether or
Yeah,
not it's true or that is a different story. But he said I did say, "How are you getting on?" He's like, "Yeah, we're doing really well." So
yeah. I mean, I mean, obviously, it's a business, so you're not really going to share your business. But I hope he did do well, and I hope again that he returns to London. And I hope because I mean, obviously, this year I've been very very spoiled, and I've been all over the world doing these conventions. And it's something quite nice about it actually being on my doorstep and
yeah, it was
being
beautiful.
able
It was nice.
being able to sleep in my own bed at night. Is actually really nice.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Obviously, then unfortunately, we've got to go into the usual thing where somebody decides to take some shots at us and go into some sort of public attack. So we're going to have to address that briefly today. I really, we'll talk about it, but it's just one of them really. I mean, for me personally, it was a really sad affair because anybody that knows me knows that when I got into this hobby, Eric Sosa was somebody I looked up to a lot as a sculptor, and I love a lot of his work. I've owned multiple pieces of his, like the Kotobukiya Venom, and some other bits and pieces. It was a whole sad affair, and the worst thing about it was just the fact that these things happened. This discussion between us and him happened around about sort of May-ish time, and he's waiting.
It closed around May. I mean, it was going on for a little while, but it closed around May. We concluded it. We wished him good luck and parted ways.
So let's start at the beginning, just because, and obviously, sadly, we're blocked, and a lot of people that like know us or even that stood or put an opposing argument have been blocked as a result. So we actually couldn't comment when it happened because we were blocked. So we were removed and blocked, and then we were shown, well, we weren't shown, but he shown selective screenshots of personal messenger, which is not very classy, but okay, let's I mean, for me, it's like 13-year-old girl stuff when you start showing screenshots and you don't show them all. If you're going to show screenshots, man, show every screenshot. So show you at your best and show you at your worst. Don't show you at your best and then try and make out that, the story, because, it doesn't fit. So
yeah.
Sosa approached us about us doing reviews on the Akuma statue from Prototypes and Ryu. He asked us what it entailed. He spoke to Alex actually, and he was saying about,
It's always my fault.
Yeah, no, he spoke to you, and he basically said, what does it entail? If I send you some pieces, it was all very, very amicable and very polite and very sort of like, I know you guys do honest reviews, and I really want to hear what you have to say, constructive or not, blah blah blah. Obviously, we were thrilled with the opportunity to do that because he's was like a hero of ours. So it was a big moment for me and Alex. So When we got that opportunity, it was like, yeah, definitely. He said, like, what? How does it work? You know, what do you pay for shipping? Do I pay for shipping? We were like, look, you ship it, you pay, you do all of that. We'll give you an honest review. You know, we won't pull any punches. We'll tell you what's good, what's bad, what could be better, and all the above. He was happy with that. There was no problem with that. Relationship was good. You know, the Ryu came, and the Ryu is a magnificent piece. Absolutely. For me, I stand by the fact, I think it's the best Ryu on the market in any scale. I stand by that. And, you know, we were really impressed with it. Then what happened behind the scenes, which, you know, obviously doesn't want to be admitted, won't be discussed from their side, is the fact that Danny Hines was put on blast on Raddtitan page by somebody who had had a terrible experience and been threatened by the collectors. His family had been threatened, and he'd been scammed, and he'd basically been, you know, put through the mill, and you know, never received pieces he paid for and was promised. And you know, they basically put it up on our page, and we let the conversation ride. We didn't remove it. Danny Hines approached us and said, you need to remove it, otherwise, you know, I'll send you this, I'll send you that, you know, but you have 30 minutes to remove the post. We didn't. Around about that time, things between Sosa and ourselves became a little bit more distant, because if you don't know, Eric Sosa does commission sculpt for Danny Hines. He does a lot of his sculpt. So obviously,
all of Danny Hines' Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, all of his unlicensed pieces, you know, Eric Sosa is sculpted. So, you know, we've upset Danny Hines. We've made an enemy of Danny Hines, and that's fine. We did that for the good of the community, not for free pieces. You know, we were offered free statues by Danny Hines as you know, please remove it. And we showed all of that. We showed all the proof and showed us turning him down and saying, no, you know, this is what you're doing is wrong, and we can't let it ride. We stood by the community, what was right. Obviously, that has not gone. He didn't say anything to us. Eric didn't say anything about that, but he became distant. And then we started getting messages where he basically said, you know, I'm afraid you're going to have to pay for shipping for Akuma because we're a small company. You know, we don't have the funds. You know, we're not making that much money. Blah blah blah. And, you know, you can see on the screenshots, I accepted that because Ryu was amazing. Alex had the Ryu, and I was really impressed with the Akuma. So I was happy to pay the shipping. I said, look, no problem, dude. You don't need to, because he apologized. He said, I'm really sorry, but I have to ask you to ship. I said, mate, no apology necessary. Tell me how much I owe you and how to pay you, and I'll do it now. Didn't hear anything else. Then I sent him another message saying, mate, honestly, like, tell me what it is and I'll sort you out. Just let me know the prices. Didn't hear anything. You know, our conversations with him became, again, less and less and less. And then we basically got a message, you know, after Alex did a review of the Friends Wolverine Semex that Eric Sosa sculpted.
Well, basically, the Semex Wolverine you can't order outside of Europe. So a friend in Australia wanted one. So I ordered it for him, and I said, you know, he said to me, you know, I'll pay you some money, I'll do this, I'll do that. I just said to him, look, if we can review it, and I'll send it off to you, and that's all cool. So did the review, and was very honest on the review. I'm a big Wolverine fan. I don't think I was super bad about the piece. I was just
people.
Yeah, but there's some people who own it who actually think it's a lot worse than I made out. I think for a 1/6 scale piece, all round, it's not a bad piece. You know, it's okay. You know, it's a good piece. But the problem, one of the issues I did state on the review was it just reminded me too much of previous sculpts that have been done by Eric Sosa for unlicensed companies. So, well, I say companies, but unlicensed people. So when you then take something like the Wolverine he did for Danny Hines, and then he did another Wolverine for Danny Hines, and then he kind of merged those together and then made it for a licensed piece. It was a bit like, yeah, I don't really think that's right. I don't know. It was a bit, and I made that comment. Yeah, I made that comment about it. Just looked like he kind of merged a couple of previous sculpts together. For me, it wasn't very creative. The base looked like, again, he did a Wolverine a long time ago for Cobra Kia, and it was like a very similar base again. It was just that's the way it was for me.
So then obviously that's when we first knew we had a problem, because if you look at that review, you'll see that Eric Sosa attacks us. That's the first time he publicly attacks us on that comment where he basically accuses us of, if it was an XM piece, it would get a better review, and all of a sudden then questioning our integrity. And it, then then after that, we knew we had a little bit. He was upset. The next thing we got from him was basically telling us that Akuma was oversold, and that it was some sort of situation with his distributor. It's gone wrong. Blah 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 blah. Alex was pissed off, obviously, because you can all sit there and say, oh well, it's a free statue and all that. It's all blah. But the truth of the matter is that there's an agreement in place. Work has been done on both sides, and he hasn't held his end of the agreement when it's time to do his end. We did all of ours, and then when it's time to divvy up and send it so that we can do the review and we can do what we're meant to do and get our opinion out there on it, you basically don't deliver, which was really sad. In fairness, he said on the message that I'll send you another piece, maybe I'll send you the Guile or Honda or something along them lines, Ken maybe, I think it was. But my feelings were that the trust has been broken, and more importantly, for me, I'm a man sort of man, and when you give somebody your word, you deliver. If you don't deliver, I ain't really got much time to do any more business with you. I don't, because I'm then going to what? I'm going to then say, yeah, I'm going to get the guy in. I'm going to then share his pictures. I'm going to then share his work. Everyone's going to like it or dislike it, and we're going to talk about it. It's all going to be buzzing. And then what? When Guy was going to be delivered, what then? Oh, it's oversold again. So sorry. Basically, you two are a pair of cunts, and I'm going to keep taking you for mugs. So I basically said that I was upset by how it has transpired, and I didn't want another piece, and I didn't want the Akuma, even if he found me one, because of this whole situation. I just felt that it was really kind of distasteful. Obviously, he's attacked us on YouTube, and I knew that at the time, and I just thought that this isn't a working relationship or something I want to get into with him. I just thought this was not acceptable. So I took it and basically said, no, good luck. I'm not, it's fine, blah, 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 but I don't want any pieces. And he was like, I can respect that. And that was how we left it. The next thing that obviously went on is that he's one of his business people have posted in every single group other than Raddtitan that Akuma was for sale, that they had pieces to go around. So basically, and he didn't, if he'd have said to us, if he'd have come to us and messaged us then saying, dude, I've managed to sort you an Akuma out. I'm really sorry about the confusion and what happened. I've got some more. Maybe the relationship might have been saved. But he didn't say anything to us. He didn't even post it on our group. So he gave none of our members the opportunity to buy one. So he was obviously bitter about that and taking it out on them as well. So he posted it everywhere. We've got people in every single group. So we got wind of it straight away, and we posted the screenshot of him selling it, trying to sell it in other groups. And we said oversold, ? And then and unfortunately, then the true side of Eric Sosa came out, and it was ugly, man. That guy is an egotistical, horrible human being. And he went absolutely apeshit. I'll do what I want. It's my company. You two don't want to start this. I'll crush you. You don't want to get involved with me. I'm big time. I'm not Danny Hines. I'm this, that, I'm the other. I sort of snapped at him a little bit and said to him, I don't think you quite, I don't know who you think you're talking to. We had a little bit of a back and forth. It wasn't anything to, believe me, I've been more volatile with other people. It wasn't really too much to write home about, to be honest. But then it transpires in the comments and in the messages that he told us that, clearly in the messages, the screenshots that we possess, that Eric Sosa probably doesn't want to share, where he basically says, why do you, he accused me first off of not agreeing to pay shipping. I had the problem, and that, and I sent him screenshots of me saying I'd pay it with no problem. And then he attacked me for why won't you let this go? What's your problem? You need to move on and all this nonsense. I was like, look, I've moved on, bro. It's just, don't accuse me of not being willing to pay shipping when I've got the proof that I was happy to pay it. That's not the reason. The reason that you're not sending it is because you're pissed off about something else. And I thought it was the Danny Hines situation. He basically come out and clearly explained. He said to us, why do you even want my piece when you didn't like my Wolverine? So then the light bulb fucking struck in our head, and we were like, right, so this is all to do with the Cemex Wolverine review. That's what's going on. He wanted an honest review, and then when he actually got one, he clearly thought that by sending us a piece, we would always speak positively of anything that he's, involved in. Sadly, that is not the case. And it's a common theme, Sad. It is really common. We basically told him Raddtitan isn't for sale. Alex basically said, listen, we've always said that your anatomy stuff is much better suited to Street Fighter. I've said before that I feel that you've recycled some of your sculpts, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with you doing, you know, your custom pieces and then your licensed pieces and blah, blah, blah. And we basically told him Raddtitan wasn't for sale. And then we removed ourselves from all communication from him. And we basically left the group and we don't want to talk to him. Months have gone by. Nothing has been shared by our part. So this drama that everyone says that we're part of is actually not caused by us. You know, and then he decided to share selective screenshots about it. Sharing.
Yeah. So basically, you know, our last messages to him were like this happened in May. The last messages were in August because it was actually my sister's birthday. I was out for her birthday, and then so it happened then. And then he decides to start posting stuff in October, and it was like, what? We're bullies and with this and with that, and it's just like, where the fuck did all that come from? It's been like 2 months away, and now you're deciding to start posting it and try and call us out for being bullies and call us out for being.
How can you be a bully when somebody approaches you and asks you to review their pieces? I can tell you now as a fact, I've asked Eric Sosa for one thing in the history of my collecting community, everything else, and I've got a screenshot to prove it. I asked Eric Sosa if he would send me some pictures of some of his projects that I could share with the website and that I could share with the group. And I asked him for some photographs of some of his projects and upcoming teasers, anything that he could have the time and was happy to send us, like to share with the groups. He was too busy to do that. He told me, I'm been away, I'm sorry, I'll get around to it. Never heard anything again. The next time I knew anything about Sosa was when he messaged Alex asking us to help him out because his Ryus weren't selling so well. I'm going to just say this. Obviously, you know, the attack happened. It was public. He made it public. He selective screenshotted it like a fucking child, like a little girl. Didn't share every word that was said. So obviously tried to paint a picture, which is fine. I expected better from a man, to be brutally honest. I expected a lot better. But I'm just going to say this, that I've seen comments and I've seen people and I've seen some people say, no, you know, they just want free statues. Let me just make this abundantly clear for any of you lacking in half a degree of intelligence, right? If we wanted free statues, if it was about free statues, this is what would have happened. When IA said, don't show XM pieces, don't talk about XM pieces, don't do this, that, and the other about XM pieces, or we're not going to send you Hulkbuster, Iron Man, half scale this, bust that, we would have said, yes, sir, no problem. We won't share any other companies in Asia, just you, sir. When Danny Hines says, take down my post highlighting that I'm a scammer and I'm abusing collectors, I'll send you Magneto, I'll send you this, I'll send you my license pieces, we'll have a nice deal, we'll be in partnership. And we say, no, Danny, fuck you, what you did was wrong and you have to answer for it. Yeah. And then when Eric Sosa says in the messages, you know, I can't give you this, but I can give you these other pieces, we would have just turned around and said, yes, sir, Mr. Sosa, we really would love a E-Honda. We would love a Guile. We'd love a Ken. Let me suck your cock, please. We would have done all of them things. So if it's about free statues, we could make our lives a lot easier. The reason we don't do these things, the reason why this drama happens is because we stand by our fucking principles. And what it is it's a nice, simple thing. Sosa says, I'm going to deliver this. We say we're going to deliver that. And, you know, we delivered. The Ryu that we reviewed has the most views. It has more views on it than any of the other Ryu reviews out there. That's what we delivered. We did that. We shared his stuff and we were honest about it. It's a fucking amazing piece and he did an exceptional job.
But we didn't help him in any way with sales, apparently.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm sure that, you know, that's the case. But what I'm saying is this, all right? For anybody out there, you know, the people that are talking and got the problem that jump on the sides of whoever's against us, they have their own issues. Whether they've been removed from Raddtitan for whatever reason, whether we've had issues with them in the past for whatever reason, everybody has an agenda. So don't think for 1 second people stand up and going, you did the right thing because they're doing this, that, and the other. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. If we wanted free statues, if it was about what we could get out of this community, what we would do is we'd talk to no one on Facebook. We'd talk to no one in the comments on YouTube. We'd do what we were doing and we would keep this lovely, perfect persona going. And we'd say, yes, sir. We'll do what you tell us. Just please send us some polystone because that's all we care about. We would make our lives so much easier. We'd still be friends with IA. We'd still be friends with Sosa. And we'd still be friends with Danny Hines. And we'd have all of his pieces in our collection. So
I do really like that fucking IA Soundwave.
Use your head.